What's up, everybody? We have a Mercedes today. You can see it's in pretty good shape, but it is a C250. It's got the 1.8 in it. I believe it's like an 11 or a 12. See if we can. It is a 2012. It says 12th month of the 11th year. Alright, so it is a 2012. And the issue he is having is with his door panel. As you can see, I just moved the door and the door handle flops. I'm guessing either the little end that it connects the cable to broke off of the actual door handle itself, or the cable come out. But we're going to take this door panel off. I just got to grab a few tools to do this with. I think all we need is like some T30 Torx, and that should be it, and everything else is pop clips on here. But let me grab my tools real quick and I'll be right back, and I'll show you exactly how to pull this door panel off. As I said before, we're going to be pulling the door panel off to see what the issue is with the door handle, but we're going to have to pry back over here because there should be a bolt underneath there, 2 T30s under the armrest, and then the rest is just pop clips. But we need to move this first so we can get this trim off around the window itself. But also another thing you need to do is make sure that the window is in the down position, like as far down as you can get it. This right here, if you can get your fingers behind it, should pry off. Alright, there we go. Then there's this foam piece behind that, and then this right here should just pop off all the way around, just like that. Make sure you start from where you took the speaker part off. Now that is off. This one right here doesn't have a bolt. It's actually got like a little clip in here that you push in. Sometimes right here there can be a T30, but this one has like a little push clip in. So what you do is you just get it and push this clip in as far as you can, and then whenever you pry on the door, it should pop out with it. But now we can get to these 2 T30s underneath the armrest. There, the first one is right under the control switches, and the second one is almost to the corner of the bottom where you have your little storage area. Now we can get us a trim tool, and we can just work our way around the edge. If you can, see if you can get your fingers in and pry on it. Yeah, this right here actually pulled out pretty easy. Alright, yeah. Alright, there we go. See if we can get this to come out now. May have to get a pair of pliers. They can be a little aggravating sometimes, as you can see. And it is pushed all the way in. It's just, there it goes. Once you get those off, the door panel will just lift up out of where it goes into the window. Figure I'd bring y'all a little closer so you can see these connectors. The purple one goes, or fuchsia, whatever color you want to, goes in the middle. It does have indicators to show which one goes where. And there's a little push clip on the top of them. You just push that down and pull them out. And once that's out, you can pull the wires to the side. And then here's the issue right here. You can see that it broke off the part of the door handle right there. And normally the cable sits in this little groove right here and attaches to that. So we found out what the issue is, and now what we're going to do is see how hard it is to get one of these door handles. So so let's go find out and see if we can get one of these door handles in fairly quickly. Plus he wants me to do an oil change on this. If you saw my other tune-up video, it should be pretty much the same as that one. Okay, so we have the door panel off now, and I got it sitting up on like a little table, and these little plastic pieces right here, you either want to cut them off or drill them out. I did a test piece right on this one to see if they would drill out, and it drilled out pretty quick and pretty easy. But first thing we need to do before we drill them out is these little 10mm nuts. Should be 4 right here, and I think there's 1 right here. We want to take those off and then disconnect these little connectors and pull the wire off of the little backing piece. And just to be careful with this one, because this little like hard plastic piece right here, they're really easy to break on these, so you need to be careful when you're disconnecting this wire right here. Like I said, as you can see, it's got like the LED type light around it, and that little plastic piece right in there can break really easy. But I'm going to use a pick to disconnect this one and this one, and then I'll try to get this one right here out without breaking it as well. But first thing I'm going to do though is remove these 5 10mm nuts. Once you take those off, you can take that wood trim piece off on the front. We got these connectors off. Now we need to pop this off right there, and we can move the wires out of the way. Now what we can do is start drilling out all these white plastic welded pieces right here. We can go all the way along the bottom, and then there should be 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Looks like probably 5 black ones, and 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, and 8 white ones. But I just have a drill and a drill bit. You just do it real easy, and it'll pop right off. I got it out now, and I had to drill out 23 spots. As you can see, it goes all the way up along the top. There's 2 like long ones right here, 2 really small ones, and the 2 small ones are right there. And then you're going to have 2 T10 bolts that thread in here and here, and then you have to kind of pry back on the upper portion of it, and this right here will come out. Also, when you take out the 10mm right here, it will let you pull out this whole assembly, and that right there is for your seat adjustments. And now what we got to do is, this is the bottom of it right here. There's a little plastic pin right here. We're going to have to drill it out and pull it to get it out. Here's the new one right there. And it does come with all the screws and washers to screw back into these little plastic pieces on the main door panel itself. But I'm going to get a drill bit and try to drill that out right there. As you can see, I got a really small one. I forgot what size it is. Whenever I take it back out, I'll let you know what size drill bit, but I'm going to try to drill this out real quick and see if I can get this out and put the new one in. Here's the old handle. I got it out.
this is the pin right here. It's just a plastic pin, and I used an 094 drill bit, which is 94 thousandths, and drilled it out. As you can see, I went right down the center, and then I just used an angle pick and walked it out. I just stuck it right down into where I drilled, put a little pressure on it sideways, and it came right out. And the new kit comes with 2 pins just in case you mess one of them up, but if you get it in there right, you shouldn't have to. And then it comes with all the bolts as well, or screws to put this back on. I will put a link to the description below on where I got it from. I did get it from Amazon, and this was about $20 for the whole kit, and I got it pretty much the next day as well. But we're going to stick this back in, and it goes right here. It goes just like that. This is the old one, but it goes in there like that. But I'm going to stick this in here and tap the pin in there, and then I'll show it to you once I get it back in. As you can see, I got the pin in there now. The split side goes up towards the top of it. As you can see, I don't know how good you can see it, but it's right there. And it does have these little tabs on the side. And yes, I did break this one right here, but like I said, it comes with 2 of them. But it's got like these little tabs right here on the side. You have to pinch them together and push it down, and you'll feel it whenever it seats down into the bottom. But you can see this one's a lot tighter as well. Next step we're going to do is actually put this back together and start putting the screws that come with there back on here. So I'm going to stick this in, and whenever I get ready to put the screws in, I'll show you how I do that. I've put a few of them in already, as you can see right here. Let me find another one here. Right there and right there. And on some of the holes, I kind of wish the washers were a little bigger, but they still cover decent. They're hollow in the little plastic pieces that you drill out or cut off, and then you put a little screw in there like that, and there we go. That's pretty much all it is. And if you have like some little jagged edges, I'll just get some flush cut pliers and just trimming them down a little bit if they don't feel a little high to you. Like this one right here. Trim that one off. But here's the 2 like long pieces I had to knock off. I actually used a chisel and knocked those right there off, but there's 2 of those, and these are the 2 small ones, and it's right above the door lock mechanism and the seat adjustment. But I'm gonna go ahead and finish doing this real quick and hook up all the connectors, and then I'll be right back. So here's the cable right here, and as you can see right there, that's got to push up inside of the handle, and you may have to pull it out some, and this right here will go actually on the recessed area. I'll show it to you. So the cable goes inside of here, and then you just push it down onto the actual lever. But we're going to set it up in there. I'm going to set you in the car so you can see it, but we're going to set it up on there, and we're going to get the door panel installed. Alright, as you can see, I have it in there. This right here just pushes upward into it, and then if you pull the cable like this, it'll slide into the back of that. Now we can hook up. Now we can hook up these wires, and they are color coded. As you can see from the purplish pink color, there's a purple dot right here, and the blue one has a blue dot. So we'll just connect that real quick. I know it's a little shaky, sorry about that. Okay, Now that we have that and the cable connected, all you have to do is just line up all these push pins right here and push it in, but make sure you recess it over top of where the window sits first. Hold on, I'll set you down so you can see. Once these are lined up, you just push them and they'll pop into place. Now that we have this in place, what we can do is go ahead and put the T30 Torx bits back in under the armrest right here and here. Then after that, we can put the surrounding piece right here, which is this, back on, and it goes just like that. But we need to roll the window down first, and then we can throw in the speaker. But let me go grab the key to it so I can roll the window down, and then we'll finish it up. All right, so we got the outer trim on the window. Like I said, you have to roll the window down to do this. And once you get up around the top weather seal, just make sure it goes over the bottom lip but under that top lip. And you may have to work it around with a pick. I did use this little 90 pick right here to get around there just to make sure it seats in right. But now what we're going to do is I'm going to throw this piece right here back in, just so it protects the speaker, and it should clip in the same as the trim piece did. It may be a little tight. You may have to push on it a little bit. There it goes, right there. And I got the T30 Torx bit screws in underneath here as well, and you don't have to crank them down too much because you can crack the plastic underneath. All right, now we got the door panel all back on. Just double check to make sure that when you're finished putting this on, shut the door a few times and check it just to make sure that it is opening the door. And this right here, you have to put the trim on around the window first and then slide this on. But other than that, that should be it for putting the door handle on one of these. It is a little bit more complicated than it should be, but if you enjoyed the video, please like, subscribe, and hit that notification bell. And until next time, y'all have a great day.